Sorry, my mic wasn't on. Big up to every single one of you joining me today or tonight, whichever part of the world you're joining me from. Big up to every single one of you for joining me. I'm your host, Elias, and thanks to every single one of you who is joining me. And big up to every single one of you who has subscribed to this channel. We are just now 9 away from 100. And yeah, I think I'm pretty excited for today's game. And let me know your thoughts in the comments. I think there are 3 or 4 of you watching here currently right now, and you might be watching the stream later on. So, as I think you would have realized from last week onward, I've started this new segment where I predict the starting 11 just before, like a while before the games, and then we see how many starting 11 would fit in. If we last until like about, I think the starting 11 would be announced in like about 30 more minutes. So we'll see how many of the starting 11s we predict correctly. So yeah, if you're there in the chat, let me know your thoughts on this starting 11 that I'll be sharing with you, and I would love to have a bit of a chat with you. So yeah, let's get on with it. So first of all, what formation would Stellini be playing? I think there's a lot of discussion going on that he should start with 4 at the back or 5 in the middle, or typical Conte formation 3-4-2-1. And I would actually go with 3-4-3. So the reason being is I don't think I'll make a lot of pragmatic changes there because currently you have Hoiberg still there. Although yes, I was on a stream the other day and we were discussing that yeah, he can try maybe a 3-5-2 to come and help the midfield a little bit more because West Ham has a relatively good midfield. But I'll stick to 3-4-3 and I'll explain it in the lineup as well. So the first choice would be the goalkeeper. I've been seeing a lot of comments actually on the goalkeeper part that some people want Brendan Austin to play. Actually, I'm not too sure about that. But I'll stick with Fraser Foster. Reason being is despite the fact that Fraser Foster has not been that great recently, I still think that he's our second best goalkeeper after since Hugo Lloris is injured. And I think on a game like this, London Derby, you don't take out your best players. So I'll stick to Fraser Foster. And I think he will go along. I think he will improve. And I think he still deserves a chance in the starting 11. He hasn't done anything to be taken out of the starting 11 and be on the bench, so I will stick to Fraser Foster. Now the next one would be the right center back, and I'll stick to Christian Romero. Uh, I think I don't have to say much about this one because Romero is still our best center back among the last three. So among the back three, he's better than Dyer, he's better than Davis, and he's definitely better than Sanchez. There's no point you take him out. Although yes, he can sometimes make those mistakes, but still, defensively he's great. He's a fantastic player. Lately, he can have some sluggish moments, but still, you don't have any better options. So I think you still stick with Christian Romero. No argument there, I suppose. If anybody disagree with me, let me know in the thoughts in the chats, and we will chat. We will love to have a conversation over that one. And as usual, my best friend Eric Dyer would start in the central defender role. I don't think that you have anybody in there to replace Eric Dyer. Uh, Eric Dyer is still our best central defender. If Christian Romero is playing, I think there's no chance that you take out Eric Dyer as well, because I still feel that you need him, and there's no point that yeah you can take out Eric Dyer. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I think this one we can have a lot of debate over this one, particularly because of his individual mistakes costing us. But you don't have a choice. I mean, you don't have like a player like Guardiola or Skriniar to come and replace Eric Dyer. So Eric Dyer it is in the central defender role for me, and I'll stick with it. And as the left center back, I'll still play Ben Davies because of his ability. I think defensively, he hasn't had lately really bad games. Although sometimes he can be a little out of position. But I think still speed wise, pace wise, in terms of his recoveries, he's better than Clement Longley. So I would start Ben Davies in that role still. Clement Longley, I won't mind him coming on as a sub, perhaps. But Ben Davies, it is for me in the left center back role. Let me know your thoughts in the comments as well on that one. If you would disagree with any of my back three or you want to play back four, let me know your thoughts in the chat as well. I would love to have a discussion on that one and see where we can go with that. I would love to answer your questions on that one. But back three, I'll not make any major changes in the back three. if I would be Christian Stellini. Next one for me would be Pedro Porro starting as a right wing back. I think it just makes sense, and I think we have seen that before as well. That Emerson Royal, though he's defensively great, and now since you have Romero back for the game, he's no longer missing out on the game. So I would start Pedro Porro as our right wing back because he is still better in terms of moving forwards, and I think he can still give you that quality and the creative play in especially since now you don't have Bentancur, so you do need players who can actually supply the balls to the forwards. And I think Pedro Porro is just fantastic in that particular area. Defensively, I don't think he's that bad as well. Although yes, he's not the best of the defenders, but still defensively he can bring in some form of quality in your particular game. So I would still start Pedro Porro as our right wing back. No changes in there. Let me know if you are an Emerson fan, you are an Emerson Royal fan. Let me know your thoughts in the comments as well. I would love to address those as well. I would love to talk to you if you really think that yes, Emerson would should be the one starting. I would love to have a chat with you. I mean, on the chat, or I mean, I can address your questions here. So I would still start Pedro Porro there. The next one for me would be left midfield, and I'll start Pape Matasar. Um, I think Pape Matasar is a good player. Overall, I think we have seen enough of him lately. He is calm, he's composed when he play. He is not the kind of player who makes really any form of clumsy passes, or he's not the kind of player who makes any clumsy mistakes in the midfield. Or I don't think, given his age, he seems much more mature as a midfielder. It's not easy to play in the midfield, especially at that age. So Pape Matasar, I think he has shown enough of the game that I think I can trust him still in the midfield. uh he is good defensively, although yes, he kind of lacks still in the final third. But to keep possession, to win back the balls in the midfield, I think Pape Matasar in the midfield still goes well for me. So I'll stick to him. And alongside him, we have our one of our best midfielder returning with us, Pierre Emil Højbjerg. So he's there, he's everywhere, and he has come back from his ban, which he had on for the Champions League game. But now he's back with us, so it will be interesting to see how Højbjerg and Papi Matasar makes a difference in there. Although actually, I've been reading a little bit that some people say that Sar and Skip would be a better midfield, or some people have been saying Højbjerg and Skip would be a better midfield. Let me know your thoughts in the comments as well if you would like to make any form of pragmatic change there instead. But I think Højbjerg and Sar really do the work for me. Uh, we have seen lately as well. Last time when the two played together, it was not a bad game. Uh, that's why I think Pedro Porro playing in there as a right wing back to supply some balls from the wide areas is going to be a key, because he can do that. And the other player now we are moving forward to is our left wing back, and I'll stick to Ivan Perisic. Reason being is that we don't have any other player. It's just as simple as that. Ryan Sessegnon is injured, and I think we can't make any form of ambitious change in there in that particular area as well. So I'll stick to Ivan Perisic in the left wing back role as well. Although I think there have been discussions going on that yeah, we can start Danuma there, or some people are saying Richarlison. Actually, that's another interesting one that I've been reading. That yeah, start Richarlison as a left wing back. I don't think he can even play on the wing very well. Like, you want to start Richarlison on the left wing back. I'm not so sure about that. But if you are one of those that yeah, you think that maybe you should start Danuma or Richarlison in the wing back roles, let me know your thoughts as well. I mean, why would you think that way? Not to say that I disagree with you. Your point could be valid. You may have some valid reason for that if you're one of those who really think that yes, they can give us that form of a quality in the left wing back position. So I wouldn't mind hearing you. So let me know your thoughts in there. The next one is we have our right wing position, and 3-4-2-1. So I was still to Dejan Kulusevski. Lately, Kulusevski has not been performing well, and I think a lot of the fans have been shitting on him as well, which is typical of some of our fan base. Actually, we love to skip shade on our best players, and actually we make big players like some bang average players look really good. That's our usual fan base problem. I'm not going to go into that discussion now, but I would still pick Kulusevski, because Kulusevski, despite the fact that he has not been that great lately, he's still our best player, one of our best players in the front three role. And I think Kulusevski should be the one starting over Richarlison, because Richarlison hasn't done anything when he has come on in certain games as well to prove it. Like I think no brainer there as well. Like I would always start Kulusevski, but I, don't- I won't be surprised. I mean, given some of the recent form that Kulusevski has had, that if Stellini picks Richarlison over Kulusevski, I won't be surprised as well. But if it would be me, I think I will prefer Kulusevski in that role, because I think he's, as an inverted winger, he's much better. And the next one, I think this is another one that I think the fan base is kind of having a lot of discussion over on, is drop Sunny or bench him. I wouldn't do that. I think I made my feelings very clear on some of my other streams as well. He is your best forward alongside Kane. You don't take out a best player and directly start giving chances to player like Denuma or Richarlison when they are fit. You can sub him off and bring them on to bring in some quality later as a sub, but no, you don't bench your best players on the game, on games like where West Ham always turn up against you when we are playing them. So I won't do that. I would still start Sun, because Sun is still our one of the best forwards. He's a golden boot winner. His achievements are amazing so far. You can you can bring in Richarlison or Danjuma later on in the game if Sun has been really bad, and in the game, and you want to inject some form of creativity or some form of quality in that particular game as well. Then yes, you can bring in someone like Sun, but no, you don't bench your best players. I still stand on that. That yeah, you don't bench your best players for games like West Ham. If you're playing a team like Bournemouth, or you're playing someone like, let's say, Sheffield, a cup game, yes, it makes sense that yeah, you give your players some rest. But no, on a game like on a Premier League game, and you're playing West Ham, no, you don't do that. So I'm quite firm on this one as well. Like yeah, I would still stick to Sun in the left wing position. So let me know your thoughts. Like if let's say you want to start Richarlison, I would love to know why would you want to start Richarlison. I want crucify you for having that opinion. I mean, your opinions can be are valid. Every thought, every opinion is valid on this channel. But I would love to hear your thoughts on that one. Like why would you actually start Richarlison over Son, or Danjuma over Son? Like let me know your thoughts as well. I would love to hear them. But for me, I think Sun still starts in the starting 11. There's no point. I think you don't drop your best players. Sun is one of the best players that we have currently in the team. His form has not been that great, but I think he's a great player. And I think the final one, I think, is a no-brainer. You never, never, ever, ever, ever drop Harry Kane, because he is the best. He's one of our own. And I think tonight they are gonna have something special on one of the stands for Harry Kane as well. Like they're writing Harry there. So yeah, Harry Kane must start, and I think I am predicting that he might score a goal as well tonight. I'm not that confident going into the game. I don't think we'll see many goals in this kind of game, given that Bentancur is not there, and I think we are kind of weak in our midfield. But still, I think midfield is good enough to do the job. I'm pretty you can say I'm a bit confident going into this game, because I think the quality in the squad is kind of okay so far to last this kind of games where you can actually pull through with 1 goal difference or 2 goal difference max. But I'm actually going for a 1-0 win or a 2-1 win with this team currently. If you're there in the chats, like let me know your thoughts in the comments. And I mean, if you're there and if you're watching the stream, please do hit the like button. I'm just waiting right now for the starting lineup to come, and we can have a chat until then, and see how many of these actually go into. At the moment, I mean, I've made my thoughts very clear about this starting 11 lineup. Why would I do what I do? Like, I know there are some controversial, not to say controversial, but there are some interesting conversations going on in social media on the players and stuff. Like some, I have mentioned like Emerson versus Poro. Would you start Emerson in this kind of a game, or would you start Poro? For me personally, I think I'll start Poro, given that Poro's ability in the final third is way better, and I think that's the area we are lacking in terms of our. Although we are lacking defensively as well. Your back three is the problem, I think, for defensively. I don't think your wing backs are currently an issue, basically. So you should be focusing on your wing backs. Back three should focus separately on back three, really. Like I want touch. I shouldn't be I'm of the opinion that yeah, you shouldn't be making changes in your wing backs because of your defensive liabilities, because you do know that yes, your defense is gonna crumble at some point, so you don't sacrifice the wing back roles just to actually give a backup to your defense, because our defenders are our back three is just not good enough at the moment that yeah, you should be sacrificing players like Poro or Perisic just to cover up there. Although yes, their job is to defend as well, but I mean, if you have players of that sort of quality in there who can provide you goals, who can provide you assists, you should be starting them, because lately in the past 1 or 2 weeks or so, or even like last one since World Cup, I think we haven't been scoring as many goals as we were scoring before the World Cup. And creativity has been lacking in those areas. Like before World Cup, we were scoring goals and we were conceding equally amount of goals. But I think recently the problem with us has been that we have been conceding more goals than what we have been scoring lately. In the last 1 month or so. So I personally feel that that's where we should be focusing a bit more on our game forward in the final third. That you do score goals, you do have a squad that can score goals and actually provide a comeback, especially now that you don't have Bentancur. So I think wing backs are going to be essential. That's where you can actually play the wider game rather than more of a central game. So I would still stick to Pedro Porro. I would stick to Pedro Porro over Emerson. I know some people want Emerson there, but I have been emphasizing on the fact Emerson is not a good wing back. He is a good right back. uh he can defend well, he can provide you that sort of he can provide you that sort of thing, but even then, like lately in some of his games, he hasn't been that great in terms of his quality in the final third. He hasn't been providing you the crosses, he hasn't been providing you the kind of balls that the forwards can just score goals from. So to me it is a problem. Like your wing backs in this system are expected to give you that sort of they are expected to give you that sort of quality in the final third, where they can actually give balls to Kulusevski, Kane, Son, and help them score goals. And lately, I think Poro has not been doing that job. Sorry, Emerson has not been doing that. Perisic has been struggling as well lately in terms of his crosses. I feel like Perisic had a relatively good start to the season when he came on. Like he was providing assists for Kane, and corner wise, I think Perisic has been great as well. Like I still love the way Perisic take his corners. He's much more sharp, much more accurate in terms of his positioning of the balls. Even when Perisic takes his free kicks, I think he's way sharper. But lately, I think we have been missing that part as well in Perisic's game. So I don't know what has gone off lately with him. But Perisic, to me, I think he's a better corner taker than Son. Like Sun, I think I would still prefer him more of a free kick taker, but as a corner taker, I think Perisic has been much better. Like I still prefer Perisic over Sun in terms of corners. Nothing to take, nothing, no credit to take off from Sun, but I think Sun lately has he's a good corner taker as well. I think Sun as well, but Perisic is a better corner taker, especially from the right side when he takes corners. And I think with his corners, Perisic always give us an assist here and there. So it's an interesting one really. Like why Perisic should be playing. I mean, Sessegnon is not there, but we don't really have much of an option there. Like, would you even another slightly pragmatic change could be like, should you take off uh, put Ben Davis high up as a wing back, and then would you bring in Langley as a center back on the left hand side as a left center back? I don't know. Really, you can try something like that as well. Um, but I still feel that Ben Davis, even his pace is good. His defense is not that bad as like comparatively he has a better defense than Perisic. But like I said, that you don't sacrifice your wing backs creativity or your wing backs ability to give your forwards the crosses just so that you can defend, because I think defensively we are meant to crumble at some point, because our back three is not good enough. You can't rely heavily on the wing backs to defend in this 3-4-2-1 system. So I sometimes kind of find that argument a little annoying, that your wing backs should be the best ones who should be the best ones at defense. Yes, to a certain extent wing backs are supposed to defend, but I think that's only like within 25 to 30% of their job. Their main job actually is to go make the forward runs. If you understand the 3-4-2-1 system clearly, you would find it that yes, the wing backs are not primarily your defensive ones. You only rely on their defense when you're out of the ball, but on the ball but on the ball they should be the ones making runs forward. So I wouldn't sacrifice the wingbacks quality and the wingbacks creativity just for the sake of our center backs liabilities. uh that's my opinion on it. Like, because currently we are a team who can attack well, but we haven't been great that defensively, so you don't sacrifice on your strengths. Like, it is our strength. Like, attacking wise, we have a good attacking lineup. Our front three is not that bad. So my thoughts on it is that, yeah, you shouldn't be sacrificing your quality in your attack to just cover up for the front three positions. Sorry, to cover up for the back three positions, because back three is a separate ball game as well. If you want to really rely on the wing backs, is not the ideal way to work out things in the 3-4-2-1 system. You can take off you can take off Poro and put Emerson in, but even we all know that Emerson is not going to provide you assists. So where do you stand? Like, do you play a very defensive sort of game, or do you play a very attacking sort of game? I think, like I've been emphasizing on it, attack is our strength, defense is not. So capitalize on your strengths rather than covering up for your weaknesses. Do cover up for your weaknesses a bit as well, and that's why I feel like Pedro Porro, even though he's not the best of the defenders, he can still defend to a certain extent, and he can still give you that quality going into the final third. So why not? Why not play him? Why not get him settled into that system rather than Emerson, who we have been trying very hard with, but he's not doing the job that he's supposed to do in a 3-4-2-1 system. He's not the greatest of the crossers. He's not the greatest kind of player who performs really well in the final third. So I don't think Emerson we have relied on Emerson long enough to give us that sort of, you can say, the creativity, but he has not been providing us creativity. Even Perisic, when he came on, he has been at some point, at least Perisic has been providing some crosses. So I was still playing him in the ref wingback position. Again, wingbacks are not supposed to be your defenders. They are not primarily your defenders. Your back three are the one who are supposed to defend in this 3-4-2-1 system. Understand the 3-4-2-1 system. I think if you disagree with me, try to read a little bit more about 3-4-2-1 system. Try to understand it a little better, and that you will realize the points that I've been actually making or trying to make. If you disagree with me still, I mean, we can always have the chat. Let me know your thoughts. On my email is down there, my socials are all down there, and I think by now the lineup should have been out. And let's see who have they chosen out of my prediction. Let's just see. Okay, so I got Foster correct. Yes, Romero, Dyer. Okay, I got Ben Davis wrong. It's Langley playing there. Oh, Ben Davis is playing as a left wing back. I'm not necessarily sure. And Kulusevski and Sun has been dropped. Why would you do that? I mean, I am pretty disappointed with the lineup, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't necessarily like the lineup. I'm gonna be very honest. Skip and Hoiberg. I mean, that's not too bad. Uh, the lineup is out. Okay, let me just share it with us too. The lineup is out, and it's not my favorite lineup, but in Stellini we trust and see what can happen. Perisic is out, and I mean, we have a good bench, to be honest. Emerson is playing over Poro. Oh no, why on earth I have to tolerate that thing again? Why again? Why again? I don't like the lineup that Stellini has chosen tonight. I really don't like the lineup. I really don't like this lineup that Stellini has chosen. I mean, but I don't really have a choice. I feel like crying. I feel like crying looking at that lineup. Seriously, guys. Like, why would you do that? Ah, okay, so that's the lineup that Stellini has chosen, and It's Foster in the goal. Romero Dyer, I got it correct. Langley as a left center back. He's not that fast, guys. Seriously, why would you sacrifice? I feel that Stellini is trying to play a bit more of a defensive game today, given some of his choices. But Richarlison in there doesn't make that much sense. Like, are you playing a 3-5-2? I don't understand the tactics today. What is it gonna be like? It might still be 3-4-3. Skip and Hoiberg. Okay, Skip and Hoiberg is still not bad. I mean, I don't necessarily rate Skip way below as well. Like Skip is real an okay player in terms of his midfield play. Hoiberg, good one. Davis on the left wing back role. I mean, that would be interesting to see how much Ben Davis has improved. Like, when was the last time we saw Ben Davis playing in the left wing back role? I really don't know. How would Davis turn out to be in that left wing back position? But at least I don't know. Maybe they are trying to rest Perisic for the Chelsea game, whatever. Because Perisic is old. I don't know why has Stellini made these choices. And Kulusevski, I think, is a good one still, but I don't know why. Why would you drop San for Richarlison? Like, are you trying to do something like Leicester game? I don't understand why drop San? I don't understand that one. Why drop San? Really? Why would you drop San for Richarlison? Richarlison is not great. That great. I mean, I I don't know what to say seriously with about that one. Like, you can't drop Sun. I think nah, the dropping Sun is not a thing that you should be doing. And Kane in there, the bench is pretty much Austin Tanganga, Sanchez, Pedro Porro, Sar, Perisic, Danuma, Lucas Sun. I I hope we can win this game. I mean, with this, I'm having a feeling that it might be a 1-1 draw. I'm not expecting much from this lineup, to be honest, guys. Like, seriously, this lineup to me is not the best of the choices. But in Stellini, I trust. Unfortunately, I'm trying to stay a bit more positive on that end, but I don't like the lineup. I'll be very honest. I don't like this lineup. I really don't like this lineup. I am being very honest with you guys. Uh, but I have to make do with it, unfortunately. But let me know your thoughts in the comments as well if you do like this lineup. Why do you like this lineup? Why do you like this lineup? I don't like it. I really don't like this lineup. I really don't like this lineup, and I'm crying right now. Uh, I mean, isn't this lineup way better than the ones that Stellini has put up? Like, why, Stellini? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? But let's see. What do you do today? You are not Antonio Conte, anyways. But I think I still feel that, yeah, I still trust in Stellini to a certain extent. Maybe somebody is dealing with an injury, whatever, it's a tactical change or different tactics, whatever. I think we shall see. And with that, this is your host Elias Christian signing off. And make sure, if you're watching us for the first time and you would like to catch up a bit more on my videos, make sure you hit the like button on this video and click the subscribe, because I would love to catch up with all those of you. And seriously, if you have any ideas for this channel on some of the shows, drop your ideas in the comments or in my email, or contact me on my socials at Step Up Spurs all across. On Instagram, you can correct me at Elias Christian as well. I think soon I'll be starting a Facebook page as well for some of our fans who are on more on Facebook. But yeah, if you're here for the first time, do drop a subscribe there as well, and click on the bell icon to stay in touch with me. And for tonight, I'm going for 1-1 draw now after looking at the lineup. And as always, come on, you Spurs!